Today I want to talk about the 3 levels of purging. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because if you are experiencing the same thing as me, you might have been having a lot of profound and vivid dreams. And during my channeling, I asked my guides, why am I being shown these vivid dreams? Sometimes, not so pleasant dreams. And what they explained to me was that although I've done the purging on the physical and the mental, there is still the spiritual realms where all of the things such as trauma, such as negative beliefs or false beliefs, and negative habits have been formed. And so during the dream state, I'm being made aware of what these traumas are that I need to let go of, that I need to purge. And for example, I might have a dream of a really terrible car accident, and the people I don't really recognize in the car accident. However, these people are representations of past versions of me that I can no longer carry into the next phase and the next chapter. And so, although these dreams may seem intense, they may seem scary, we may not understand them fully, we have to know that this is us purging on the level of the cosmos, not just purging, our bodies, which is also very important, and not just purging our minds, which is, again, as equally as important as purging on the physical body and the spiritual levels. When it comes to purging in spirit, this is done with our spirit teams. This is done with our guides. This is done with Source in combination with our higher selves, bringing us to different dimensions to show us what needs to come to our awareness. This is really important because when we're in our waking lives, we tend to overlook these sort of things, the traumas, the cycles that keep playing out in our reality, the patterns and such. We tend to ignore what's really taking place, which is just our subconscious mind holding on to a lot of the traumas from the past, a lot of the false beliefs, a lot of the programming, the habits that we've developed over time. And so, why is this purging taking place now? Mainly because, as you all know, we're shifting timelines, we're shifting into the 5D, the 5th dimension. We are no longer victims to our reality, we are creators of our reality. And in order to do so, we have to operate at a certain frequency. And this frequency comes when we purge, when we make space to receive. One quick amendment to this video. We come into this world naturally abundant. We have Source flowing through us all through eternity, through our many lifetimes, etc. What happens when we enter this realm is that we're constantly bombarded with blockages, and we hold on to those blockages. So this is what I mean by the traumas, the negative beliefs, the programming, etc. Those are blocking our natural flow of abundance, our natural flow of channeling Source, our natural flow of connecting to our higher selves. And so when we do this purging, it creates openings and it removes those blockages. Think of like clogged arteries, for example. When you clean out your arteries, they're no longer clogged. When you clean out your colon, it's no longer clogged. As within, so without. Back to the video. So one thing that I wrote this rising was, you have to release in order to receive. What are we releasing? We're releasing the traumas, the negative beliefs, the habits that no longer serve us. And so, what do you do once this takes place? When you receive a download or when you have a bad dream, you must write it down. That is the first thing that you have to do. Write down exactly what you saw, exactly how you felt, what did it mean to you, what came up for you as you were experiencing this dream. It's not easy in the beginning, but over time, you will create a habit of writing down in your journal or having a journal specifically for your dreams. I currently do this depending on how I'm feeling. Once I recall my dreams, I try not to grab my phone first thing in the rising because that is one of the easiest ways to forget everything that happened in the astral realms. It has to do with our brain waves, and I'll get into future lectures about that here on my channel. But you want to avoid grabbing your phone first thing in the morning. So you want to have like a little notebook or your journal right by your bedside so that you can write down everything you felt, everything you dreamt of, as frantically or as gently or as messy as you want it to be. It doesn't matter. The point is you have to bring it into your awareness, and you have to begin to put the pieces together. What is the astral realm? What is your higher self? What are your guides trying to show you in the dream space where we're more receptive to receiving these messages, so that we can then bring them into our physical and begin to alter our reality into what it is that we desire? Because again, you must release in order to receive, and we are in the season of receiving. So I want to leave this message for you to understand that in order for us to step into this new version of ourselves, this higher version of ourselves, we must release. And if this is happening for you in the astral realms, in the dream world, that's amazing. Because not only is this bringing to your awareness any sort of trauma that you're holding on to, it's also enhancing your natural spiritual gifts to receive messages and downloads in your dream state. That is a spiritual gift in itself. And so there's a few things happening. Not only are you purging, not only are you being made aware of what's holding you back, but you're also enhancing your spiritual gifts. So if this is something that you're currently experiencing, please comment down below any dreams that you've been having lately, any recurrences that you've been experiencing in the astral realm, in your dream state. And mind you, dreams can come to us at all times of the day, whether they're in the form of a download, whether it's in a form of daydreaming. Dreams can happen at any moment, so we want to be open and receptive to what it is that we need to release, so that we can be open and receptive to what it is that we're here to receive. So thank you guys, until next time.